Okay. That's all I have. It's okay. I didn't expect this to actually go on this long. I kind of thought it was a shorter thing. He's legit winning because you back in the ye old days, I would stream twice a week. So I half expected it to be part one and then like a serious game. Every game is a serious game. Who cares? But I just I just decided to stream this as much like instead because I only been doing it once, streaming once a week. So, anyways, we did the thing again where the icon just moves and it's loading. There we go. Did we already do this one? Yeah. Does it not save at the end of a thing? Hold on, wait. It loaded this one, right? Let me just load it again. Yeah, okay. Pretty much it's, Ben, listen, this is you from the past. It's like, whoa, how did this happen? Yeah, we already did this, though. Because I remember talking about eating ice cream whenever the hell you want. Yeah, we were here. You know what? I've earned a treat. It was my sibling's birthday 2 days ago or something. And I say something like I couldn't possibly look at what date it is now. My sibling or my sister, she is a baker. But the problem is my sibling gets migraines from gluten and stuff, so it's a different thing, blah blah. So it ends up with everyone involved having to be like a vegan, gluten-free cake, and I've seen people online try to make it, and it's so bad. Like people just are not good at that. So it's like a miracle we have an actual decent good cake. It's slightly dense, but it's not like a brick or anything. It's like just like a dense chocolate cake, and it's like, oh hell yeah. We ate it all by now, but I wanted to have it, but I left it for my sibling because it was her birthday, so she gets to keep the last piece of cake. But like a gremlin, before this, I had the leftover because we put it in. There was leftover frosting. The leftover frosting in the fridge, and I scraped out the rest of it. There wasn't like anything left; it was just scraping. But just fun fact, that's what I did before this. And then I ate a banana because I'm like, ooh, that was a lot. You know what? I've earned a treat. On my way home, I decided to stop off. On the way home? Was that on my phone? Sure. I decided to stop off and grab some ice cream, which I fully plan to eat directly from the tub. We've been here. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out just which type of ice cream I'd like to eat directly out of the tub. Rocky Road. Fun fact, even though I can't eat pork, Rocky Road ice cream I can eat because the marshmallow is marshmallow. It isn't actually marshmallow, it's actually not. So it doesn't actually use any gelatin. So I'm actually able to eat that. And I discovered that, and I'm like, oh hell yeah. Anyways, it's pistachio. Oh, Amanda's probably going to want some too. Better get 2 tubs. She loves cookie dough ice cream, right? Hey, mister. I have no idea what voice this is going to be. Hey, mister. I turn around. Hey, mister. I turn around and see Ernest leaning up against the wall of the convenience store. Ernest? You're cool, right? I'm cool. I'm cool, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Well, if you're cool, you'll help me out, right? Help you out? There's no fire involved, is there? Just clouds. So, if I give you $20, will you buy me e-liquid? Ernest, what's e-liquid? It's like Gatorade, electrolyte liquid. I'd get it myself, but I'm banned from here for trying to run a grift on the cashier. A classic fiddle game. You know the deal. Oh, if you're talking about the balanced electrolytes, then I got you, little. If you're talking about balanced electrolytes, then I got you, little buddy. And I didn't know you play the fiddle. Just ask the clerk for blue crayon. Well, my character's never going to be able to remember that. Crayon Raz Apple Vortex. You'll know what it is. I pick up a tub of pistachio ice cream for myself and a tub of cookie dough for Amanda. I always wanted cookie dough, but not with the little chocolate chips in it, just cookie dough. Doesn't seem to exist. Fun fact. Very rude. Anyways, I love ice cream, okay, guys? I search around for some blue Crazen Void Star, but I can't seem to find any. I turn to the cashier. Say, where's your finest e-liquid? Behind the counter. You got an ID? First of all, my daughter is older than you. Second of all, I'm flattered. I switched shampoos recently. Is that what you're talking? Isn't there a bald option? I wonder what would have. Like, it just doesn't fit. I also don't remember this, like, at all. Usually the things I'm like, oh, I don't remember it. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I do. But this, I don't remember this. I switched shampoos recently. Is that I wonder how many of those there are. Like, maybe I just never watched anyone play. I don't know. I actually do not know. Is that taking some years off? Look, you need to be 21 to buy vape juice. Your hair doesn't look a day over 20. Wait a minute. Are you just trying to butter me up to get me to buy more ice cream? Because it's working. I glance outside and spot Ernest staring at me. Double wait a minute. So you're telling me that e-liquid is not a sports drink? It's for vaping. Ernest is watching us intensely through the window. I better go give that kid a piece of my mind. I see. Okay, look. I'm going to pretend that you didn't try to trick me into buying you the old performance? I have no idea who that is. Cough syrup. Syrup. And then go inside here to purchase my ice cream. Okay, I guess I didn't really need to add. Then go inside and purchase my ice cream. I won't tell your dad if you promise to scram. And stop vaping. You'll get popcorn lung. What if I give you 25? Go home, Ernest. As I'm walking back inside, Ernest. Oh, okay. Yeah. As we're walking back inside, Ernest calls after me. You can get popcorn lung from microwave popcorn, you know. I no longer trust this kid because the mere notion strikes fear into my heart. I go back inside to complete my purchase with the good cashier. Thank you, kind sir, for your time and generous hair compliments. You got it, bud. One time, I was in university and I was overseas, so I didn't speak the language super duper well. I tried, man. I tried so hard. I got to like intermediate, and I'm like, cool, that's enough for me. And by that I mean I left school, so I couldn't go any further. And I got a C minus, which you can only level up if you get a C. So I was so mad. It was the first time I got it so low, and I was like, anyways, and then we ditched. So I had to. We didn't do that school. So anyways, what happened is one day the cashier at like the convenience store, she was like, "It's just you," and I go, "What?" She goes, "It's just you," and I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You always have someone with you," and I just like, "Oh." And she was talking about whenever we go in, my sibling and I would go in together, and I'm like, "Oh." She's like, "Yeah, every morning." Like every morning, if you come in, you would have two of you together. And I'm like, yeah, because the water is cheaper there, so we would buy a thing of water. Yeah. So yeah, it was really funny, and I was like, yeah, okay. It was really random, but it was also kind of rush hour because it was right before one of the classes started. So everyone was in line, so that was pretty much the end of the conversation, but it was the funniest thing to me that I'm like, I guess we were recognizable. Anyways, I glance out the window while I see Ernest still outside. While I see Ernest still outside, looks like he's... Sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm like, I want to play with my fidget thing, but it makes too much noise, and I'm like, now you're just thinking about something else. Love that for me. Okay. Looks like he's talking to some other poor sap. I guess I should go outside and give this other guy some relief. Wait a second. That's definitely a cop. Oh boy. I grab my tubes of ice cream and bolt outside. Ernest is already face down on the hood of the squad car. Ernest, did you seriously just try to get a cop to buy you e-liquid? Do you know this kid? He's a friend. I'm a friend of his kid. My daughter goes to school with him. I never met him before in my life. I'm gonna say I'm friends with his dad because I think that would be like the best cop way of being like, yeah, okay, I can turn this kid over to you, because that's doesn't mean anything, and that like neither of these will. Yeah, we live in the same cul-de-sac. I know his dad. Listen, he's a good kid, and I'm this boy's father. Oh, I'm this boy's father. I turn around and see Robert. I knew it wasn't going to be his actual dad, because that's not how he would have said it. I turn around and I see Robert walking up the street towards the convenience store. Ernest, what are you doing? I want a lawyer. First of all, good first instinct. Remember that you're not required to answer any questions from a police officer without a lawyer present. You're this boy's father? Yes, sir. Ernest likes to lash out at me like this ever since the incident. I don't like talking about it. That's fine. Robert gets a wistful twinkle in his eye. It all starts 7 summers ago. My hair was long then. Sorry, I so distracted because that's exactly how my uncle likes. He's like, oh yeah, I was cool and like rocker. He doesn't have a deep voice. And he's like, yeah, and I had long hair, and I would pull it back in a ponytail and different things, and then we would talk about different hair bands and stuff, and he's like, do you know who this guy is, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, not in depth. Anyways, my hair was long then. New metal was still in style. Ernest and I were down in Florida swampland. Scavenging for. Sir, I can leave you to take it from here. Sounds good. Thanks, officer. Ernest, come along now. You'll be cleaning gout from the drain gutter for a week thanks to this transgression. The police officer gets in his car and drives off. Okay. I was gonna be like, I should have just did a woman's voice for the police officer, but I did mention earlier that it was a guy, so well, never mind. And drives off. I'm stunned of how cool Robert was just. I'm stunned how cool Robert was just there. Thanks. I gotta say, Richard. Ouch. Don't mention it, Hemingway. This is like his middle name. It's like the weirdest thing. I'm pretty sure it's his middle name. It's not the dad's last name. Anyways, I got in trouble plenty of times in my life, just trying to do my good deed for the day. Will you buy me? Would you buy me e-liquid if I give you $20? I wish it said like 15 or something. I wish it went down. That would have been very funny to me. Child, I will end you. Hey, Ben, will you walk Ernest home with me? Sure. Ernest runs ahead, presumably so we wouldn't be seen with presumably so he wouldn't be seen with us, which is a thing I think kids do. Yeah. Kids are funny. Sorry, my brain is gone right now. He reminds me a lot of myself when I was his age. Well, maybe I wasn't as dumb. Seems like he tortures his dad. Seems like he tortures just about everybody. He even stole your wallet. What? No, he did. I pat my back pocket. I pat the rest of my pockets. He stole my wallet. That was going to mention my cousin. He was like 9, and I had a bag, but I don't like things on my shoulder because I have a bad shoulder. It's such a weak thing. Anyway, the point is I had a bag, but it was like at my hip, and yeah, this motherfucking kid, okay, he went and he tried to zip it open to try to steal things out of it, not for profit, just for fun. He just liked to steal things out of my bag. He never even successfully did it. He would laugh too hard after he just zipped it open, but he would like zip it open, walk away, come back, and then try to steal try to like grab stuff. And I'm just like, the heck? And my sibling one time tattled on him. That's how I figured out what he was doing the first time, because at first I was like, what is he doing? Because kids are weird. But oh man, we were like going to the zoo and he just straight up tried to steal stuff. It's hilarious. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, that's how kids are. Why are you doing this to yourself? What? Robert points to my do not. Robert, I already decided I'm not going to go with you, but you do not insult my ice cream, okay? We're done here. Robert points to my tubs of ice cream. One of them's for Amanda. I have no qualms with the quantity of ice cream you've purchased. It's a perfectly respectable amount. Okay. Thin ice. It's a perfectly respectful amount of ice cream. It's the quality. God, it's the quality I'm talking about. You work hard, Ben. You're a good dad. I love that we always capitalize dad. Don't you think you deserve top shelf ice cream? But these are on sale. If you're going to treat yourself, go big or go home. Real vanilla bean, real pistachio. You deserve it. Okay, we're cool then. We're cool, Robert. We're cool. One time during finals week at the same university with my sister, I went and there was a coffee maker, like machine, like $1 for a coffee. So I put in Mine is a tiny little cup. And you get it, and it's automated, and so anyways, you grab a cup. But I'm like, oh, well, it takes a second to brew. So I get 1 cup, and I'm like, this is going to be for my sibling, and I'm going, so I'm talking to the lady behind me, there because I'm like, I'm not going to make her wait, so I let her go first, and she gets her ice cream, her coffee, and I'm standing there, and then we're chatting, and then I'm like, oh, okay, she gets it, and I go and I get a second one, and I would look, and I'm like, okay, bye, and I wanted to, like, buy, but I have my 2 hands of hot coffee, so I'm like, kind of raises one, and I'm like, bye, and I look down, and she's like, okay, and I was like, one of these aren't for me, and she goes, listen, it's finals week, you can do whatever the hell you want, and I'm just like, yeah, so anyways, I feel that, like, one of the tubes, it's a tube, of the ice cream, no, tubs, is for Amanda, it's like, yeah, I feel that, anyway, she was very sweet, she was like, I didn't care. We arrive at the cul-de-sac. Ernest runs into his home. That boy is the reason we don't have any that boy is the reason we don't have any prizes in cereal anymore. Get you around, Ben. Robert tosses me my wallet. I catch it with a surprised look on my face. I stole it back. Dude, you stole from a kid. Keep it in your front pocket or use a chain like back in your Scott days. Smell you later. See ya, Robert. I go back inside my home. Yeah, it does. It says home. I go back inside my home, ready to spend the rest of the night with 2 tubs of ice cream and also Amanda. I guess medicine isn't always the best medicine, but it's the weirdest thing. Anyways, we're about to proceed to the date. Like I was saying, eventually I think it would be fun to do all of them, but I think that definitely will have to be after I can get back to streaming twice a week, so I don't just, like, 4 months of just pure, I forgot what it was called, I was accidentally going to call it Dad Book, pure Dream Daddy. Anyways, we did the best with Damien, so we're going to continue in the Damien route. What was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, yeah, medicine. I'm one of those people that forget to take medicine. Like, I know it exists, but I forget it does. So, medicine's good. Just take it, man. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open Dad Book, and I start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. I'm half expecting her to be crying for some reason. I'm still a little on edge with her crying. It was a little... Dad, you got a letter. Wait, did I get a letter? It doesn't matter. Oh, is it from Grandma? I don't have any grandmas. It's a foreign country. It's a foreign concept. Yeah. I don't have one of those. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope. I do love me. I literally was just texting my friend about wax seals. Because they got a ring and I'm like, it looks like a wax seal, like imprint, stamp. And I was just talking to them about it. Anyways, folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, this dude goes all out. I pry the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy. Not the most beautiful pronunciation. The letter reads, Dear Spen, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence enduring rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoy our time together. I wrote this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I might misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. Well, dude, that is a little forward. Well, the afternoon may have been See, the problem is, nowadays, you write a letter, it speaks for you. You can just be like, sup, and I'm like, dude, he took the time to write a letter. It says everything you need. Like, if there's other ways of communication that you have, that just proves, I was like, yeah, dude, you want to hang? Like, it says it for you. I will simply say, oh yeah, while the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unseen, my mouse was in the way. Your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit, and for that, I thank you. That again, Ben. If you will allow me, it would mean the world if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlight stroll would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmarch. He definitely chose his own last name, though, and he changed his name, which is always great. Always great. Amanda and I look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So, you're going to catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. Dude, no. You gotta write him a letter back and sprint it over to his door and knock on it and then run away. If you put it in the mailbox, he might not notice. Oh, I gotta message him on Dadbook and let him know. Amanda slams my laptop shut. You have to write him back a real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I will make... Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. I gotta drive to the cinema, dude, just to get tickets. To put them in there? No. Because, like, I'm pretty sure they only give you the tickets, like, if you go there. Because, here's my thing. We bought tickets because we went and we saw, like, on Wednesday or whatever, like 11 o'clock at night. We went to see the Black Phone. And we're like, hey, let's buy tickets online to see how crowded it is, blah, blah. So we go. We buy tickets. We're the only one there. Like, legitimately, until the very last second. Where the whole theater's empty. Like, there are only employees that we saw, and those two people, and the whole thing, and the whole theater, the whole building. So we go there, and we're like, hey, we got tickets online. Here you go. So they scanned it. They printed out on receipt paper, like that thin paper, and then just rips it off. And he's like, here you go. Here's your tickets. And I'm like, oh. Okay. Yeah, also, like, 3 of the bathroom stalls didn't lock, which was the funniest thing. And then I almost got trapped inside it because the door was too small. It was very funny. Anyways, the movie actually wasn't bad, though. Yeah, you know what? I will say it. I think I actually enjoyed it. Which I was, like, dead set. I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. I'm not gonna like this. I have notes. But as always, I have notes. I have always. I love talking about things. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. I guess you can print them out, the tickets. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil never dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, this is a critically acclaimed exploration into the of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just a lot of blood and vampire tits. And vampire titties. We're gay. We're I guess that makes him canonly bi if he likes. Well, I guess not necessarily. It doesn't matter. We're going to continue. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out, then sit down at the table with Amanda and try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien, I do hope this letter finds you in good health. Hey, good It's not. Right? I hope this letter finds you in good health. Nice one. What's next? I must confess my amateur control of the written word. You've been good? Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're tracking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy our adventure we found ourselves in last time we met. That Ernest shit was pretty messed. I really wanted to do the worst letter ever, but I'm going to be like, I did very much enjoy our adventure we found ourselves in last time we met. Not bad. Good actiony sentence. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. I don't know who that is. Landscape of the fall of Icarus. Okay, I'm assuming it has to do with Icarus. I found myself lost in your details. Let me get at that. I don't know the landscape. I don't know Icarus more than like the big thing with Icarus. I think that's cool, but I just personally don't know it. I'm gonna go with it. Dad, wow. I saw it on TV. I'm not an actual intelligent person. Bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movie. I would very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Smooth. Calling it the cinema. What did I call it earlier? Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you will find 2 tickets to the Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you'll find both. Is it pronounced titillating? Should we emphasize the tit because they said titties earlier? And enjoyable. Best wishes, hard dabs, namaste, will carry on. Let's go with the classic best wishes. And then I sign my name. My full name. Fancier that way. Ben Gay. Is this good? Nope, it says okay. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. You can have the worst possible message written out, and I wish I did it. Yeah, we just read this all. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, Just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool. Yeah, a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda, I was like, what is it gonna be? Amanda pours some of the wax into the folded letter and expertly presses the small piece of wood onto it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing. Here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. It's true. Always have weird hobby stuff in there somehow. It just works. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy, Marcus. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good, I guess. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. Yeah, I don't want it to be Anthony. Anthony, they're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I split the letter into the I slipped the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished. Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day he had left another beautiful crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda, what if he's like, dude, I'm busy that day? I guess Amanda and I would just go. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice. I turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know. I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I don't hear anything. What? Yeah, it really made it that when we were watching the black phone, yeah, the black phone, we had lightning in the clouds, so when we were driving it looked really cool. But then because of lightning and thunder, the building would shake. It was pretty nice. It was Listen, I love a good rain, a good thunder and lightning. What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay you the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. Yeah, one time in high school, I asked a guy to a movie, and we'd hang out. Well, we would do a thing every Wednesday. We were part of the same group, and I was like, "Hey, before that, but after school, do we want to go see a movie?" So he couldn't drive, so I drove. But he's like, "Don't worry, I'll pay for it." And then we got food after, and he couldn't pay for it. He felt embarrassed, and I was like, "Dude, just chill." And I paid for it. Only recently did I'm like, did he think that was a date? Was that a date? Was I on a date with this guy? So he did pay for the stuff, but my family doesn't do concessions that very often. Um, if anything, we'll do something that like we don't have other places like this Slurpees. Nope, that's 7-Eleven. The slushies. But it's just like, yeah, okay. Anyways, we went and saw, I think it was a Batman film. We get in line to buy, we get in line to buy snacks. As we were waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad's here. I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Dude, you have multiple? You have multiple goth kids in this town? That's cool as hell. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you. I'm sorry. You can't be embarrassed by your dad. He's doing stuff, okay? Like, he's working. He's working it, okay? He's looking good. He's doing his best. He got vibes, bro. You can't even, like, you're goth. You can't even be angry at him. Anyways. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you're spending some quality times with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? I'm like, what if we chose a different movie, but I realized we didn't choose. It was Amanda. Oh, we're not going to the same one. See, the same one anyways. My friends are making me see some kid movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. You? Watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends, and I look over at Damien. To Damien. Good luck with that? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for he's gonna have a thing with blood, isn't it? Is that it? We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for the previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? The movie hasn't even... Yeah, is everything okay? Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Wait, Halloween Town? Like, the Halloween Town? Halloween Town. Am I thinking of a different Halloween Town? Terrifying. Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? What? You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offered Damien some liquor, and I don't like licorice. Sorry, bud. I don't like the chewiness of it, and I don't like the taste that much. I'm good. Yeah, I was rewatching Warehouse 13, and I forgot they did a thing with Twizzlers, where they have, like, you know those, it's still going on today, but they would have like ads in the show for the things. So like one of them loves, like one of the characters loved Twizzlers, and it was just really weird. I'm thinking about it, and I know like other shows did it too. I know a show that did like certain hot dogs, pretzels. I know in Stranger Things, one of the most famous ones is Coca-Cola. It's like, what? Anyways, I offer Damien some licorice, and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands... oh, his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glistening red eyes, and well-oiled abs. Well-oiled abs. That was a, you know what? I'm going to say it's not a spoiler. So the Black Phone takes place in the 70s? Question mark. Late 70s? Question mark. I can't remember. Tell me why they made this actor have an actor that is completely bare-chested. Like you can see it, and it's smooth. It's just smooth. Why is it smooth? No. Man should have had a hairy chest. Also, they're weird, and we're not talking about it. Anyways. A pale man, oh yeah, and well-oiled abs sit up in a coffin. Awaken my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone cat. I'm just now thinking about What We Do in the Shadows, which I just watched the first episode of the newest season. So I'm just thinking about that now. Anyways, two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins to the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. The three look at each other and then to the camera. There's three people are talking at once. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding or for I'm still thinking about What We Do in the Shadows. Night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it actually was a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus True Blood. So it's just horror, it's not blood. Okay, that's what he's scared of. Okay. True Blood sets up set as a truance meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen. What? Whose wife Romulus? Okay, Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it was good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's finally. I agree. It's good to finally blood you. What? Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Yeah, I don't remember what movie it was, but it was a horror movie. Or it was action. It wasn't really horror. It was dystopian. It was a dystopian future action movie. And yeah, there was blood splatters, but there was like 2 splatters on the camera. But I realized I didn't like it. I didn't like the cinematography of that. I also didn't love the movie in general. I didn't watch it all, so I can't speak on it too heavily. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflectively. Reflexively grabbing my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood. What? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he wouldn't admit that he's afraid of it. He won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dad joke, point out plot holes, ask what's happening. Dude, you got a classic joke. Where does a okay, it's not about the movie at all. Okay. Where does a dog go when it loses its tail?
What?
Where? To the retail store. I yell that last bit a little too loud for the crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile form on Damien's face.
Oh.
Good one, Ben. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly. Why didn't we just grab his hand again? You could have just been like, it's okay, dude. And then grabbed his hand, held his hand for the rest of the movie. Anyways, with only a few whispers from Damien, maybe you would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get the final scene of the movie where Romulus Bad Blood and the General's the General's wife. What? I don't know who's anything. Sure. I don't remember what it said. Anyways, where Romulus Bad Blood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. Yeah, so that was a guy, and he killed the general, and for his wife, to take his wife, who was the married ones at the beginning of the movie then? The two vampires that were together? I don't remember. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the general's wife begin making out hard. The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen, but then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover, there, Camilla, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Twist? Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Yeah, okay. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. Yep. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and bloody question mark. Yeah, I'm like, you gotta do the question mark at the end. Fades again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amongst... Sorry, thinking about his kid being like, good luck with that. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amongst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards of vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Dude, he's not sleeping tonight. Damien is making a point. Damien's making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Before long, I can actually start to read, but that's not now. Cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn, okay. Here comes the smooth response. Thanks. Cool. Okay. Thanks. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there. Wonder what would have been the best. Cool? Or... Well, I don't even remember the third. Okay. I don't think okay would have been the best option. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat? Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery? What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Ben. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I didn't expect the music to be making noises, so I was really confused. Hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels staring down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, as appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien, he gets his little, it's not a cape, I know it's not a cape, but I don't know what he calls it. It's not a coattail, because I think they called it a coattail too, but it's not a coattail, I don't know what it's called. I didn't choose that option, but gets his not cape, and he just... Anyways, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. Where has that been? Did you hide this here earlier today? I hope it's still good. And a picnic basket. Wait, where were you hiding that? It's a cloak, it's a cloak. It's a cloak. Also, we could have did that in the movie. Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket, and we both sit down. I like my idea better, you just hit it there. Gazing down. We both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there is no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once royal gravestones became more popular, alternative to church burials. Oh. Okay. Burials. They became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie? I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared at that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if, because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films. Some horror films are not scary. Hot take. Horror films. So, I must... to be fair, though, I do know someone that's pretty dang terrified of things pretty dang quickly, so I'm not one to speak. So, I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the... sorry, I'm just thinking of just scary movies, sorry. One time, my sibling and I, we were watching Woman in Black, and there's like the house, and walking up to the house, question mark, and there's no spoilers. in this. I don't think I remember enough to do it. Anyways, and you know, scary stuff. And my sibling, she's a writer, so she knows all like. She knows the layout. She knows what's going to happen. She loves horror. But I look over and I kid you not, huge blanket, literally up to here, holding it up, and then just so tense. And I'm like, dude, you good? Because I'm just sitting there like, yep. And it was just the beginning. It was the beginning of the movie. I don't even think we were that far in. Anyways. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Anyways, thinking about horror movies. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution, I guess. Constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living. It keeps us rather separated from it. I have the opposite. I guess cities, if we're talking cities. I guess my first apartment was right next to graveyard, and I'm assuming that's probably why it was a little cheaper and was for foreigners. Because I don't think the people like in their culture liked cemeteries. And I'm just like, okay, sure, cool, cemetery, whatever. And you can kind of see it from, I don't think it was my window, but like the building's window. And I don't think I ever walked down that hallway. I wonder. Anyways, not the point. I'm thinking about a building now. And then around here, I guess it's not like we're not pretty rural, but we can get pretty dang rural really fast. And yeah, there would just be like a church with like an old cemetery, and it's not very big. So there would just be cemeteries just littered around, spread around. So yeah, okay. Cemeteries are traditionally, and keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly I actually will finish this first, wait. To be truly alive in the midst of so much death brings me great comfort. Somebody made a joke about like a child's, well, this sounds awful, but something about like a child's graveyard, like a scary story about a child's graveyard, and they're like, there's no thing as a child's graveyard. I'm like, yes there is. My grandma's buried next to, like, at the edge of the cemetery that's next to the children's section. Like, it's horrible, but it does exist. Brings me much comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore, nor thought I'd be comfortable. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone. Well, we're not alone. Sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. Well, what is that? I'm not sure. I have an air bubble. It notices us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Woof. Oh. It's a dog. Oh, it's a dog. Oh my god. Whose dog is this? Is this gonna be like Robert's dog? It's like not a pit bull. As it finally comes into light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. No, whose dog is? I can't remember. God, I don't remember. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. Well, what a beautiful dog. Hey. Hey? I don't know which voice to do. Hey. We both look up, not expecting to see. Yeah. Thanks. Robert, you are awfully a lot in this episode for it not to be your date, not your second date. Robert. Oh yeah, Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. Yes, we did. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering the streets. I put a leash. It's your dog. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together, hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Why would you know it if you just met her? Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures. Why do you have a small dog treat? Anyways, a small dog treat. What else is he heaping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Yep. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien, I guess if we didn't hang out with him, if this was before, I don't know. But he does have a dog, we know that. Disappears into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or Maltese. A Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had excellent excitement. We had excellent excitement. Had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends his hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out to the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. That beginning of the sound confused me so much. And walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Ben, if you allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a dog treat and gives it to me. No. Reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I'm a little confused because is it mine? Thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears of those I've lost. Nope. I don't think. I don't know that. I can't wait to sneeze into this. That sounds bad too. I'm going to wave this at passing ships. None of these. I would be like, oh, dude, did you embroider this yourself? It said it was embroidered, right? I would be like, dude, did you embroider this yourself? Because I, too, partake in a little bit of the embroidering. and cross stitch. I think I like cross stitch. Well, I guess embroidering you can just like, but like it's scarier. Cross stitch is easy. You just count and you do it, and you count and you do it, and then I messed it all up. I can't use. I will use this dry my tears of those I've lost. That could be really not great. And also, I did lose my husband in this game. Like, that's canon. I'm going to wave this at passing ships. Could be fun, but also could be kind of rude. But can't wait to sneeze in this. Also could be rude. So, I don't know. No. I'm going to go with just, I'm going to dry my tears of those I've lost in. Okay. A noble response. Nope, a noble purpose. A noble response as well. Good work. Yeah, thank you. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retreats his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and I step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But, as it turns out, Damien is Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool it's scary. Nice save, Ben. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How could you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can you be so sure you're not a werewolf? Anyways, talking about that, I want to play the Corey again. we got the edition with the 80s outfits and top notch. Sadly, not for the computer. We got it for the. I don't know. You can get the Corey on a complete computer, but I think it was made for the PlayStation, and that's what we have it on. So we've been playing it, and we played it many times. We should continue playing it because, hell yeah. It's good stuff. Oh, it's like even the fourth time playing / watching it, we're still like, I still laugh at it. Okay, it's great. Okay, it's good stuff. Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyways, I'm calling it a night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Date complete. Oh, hell yeah.
Wow. My stars, this... Never in a million moons have I had a date such as exquisite as this one.
That was a long line, but very cute. Very cute. Well, it's been a long day. Yes, it has. And by that, I mean I'm saving. Oh, that wasn't that long. Well, I'm still saving quitting because it's may or may not be really, really early in the morning. And I need to do stuff tomorrow, so I gotta go. I saved, right? It doesn't matter. I'll save again. I always save, literally, as you can see. Oh, wait. As you can see, when... Oh, it doesn't say if they're auto-saved or not. Okay. Whatever. I'm leaving. I think that was it. It's been a long day. Well, it's been a long day. Yeah, for both of us.